I did this with a client about 2 days ago. It really helped decrease his pain, so try it out. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sandra here. Today I'm gonna take you through this amazing shoulder routine that's gonna really help your shoulders to feel better, especially if you have pain when you're lowering your arm. The first thing you're gonna need is this little bouncy ball. I like a softer ball that's pliable. You wanna take your shirt off so you can really get on that skin area. It's gonna really help you a lot more. I'm not a huge fan of those big, hard lacrosse balls. Sometimes they can be a little too brutal to our tissues. So something softer is a little bit better. If you get a smaller kind of bouncy ball, it's gonna get into those tissues a little bit more, be a little bit more painful, but maybe more effective for you. So we're gonna go ahead and take this and you're gonna find a wall. I'm gonna use a mirror. So you want to position the ball against the wall, and what I want to do is roll out those tissues above and below the scapula bone, okay? So I'm going to start off and just kind of behind my shoulder, like right behind there, and I'm looking for some of those hot spots. So you're going to just kind of get into the position, so you're just moving that ball around, and you can get here, you know, wherever your muscles are kind of tight and sore, that's where you want to roll out the ball, because the muscles surrounding the muscle that's bothering you can also play a factor in shoulder pain. So the first thing you want to do is just to bring blood flow to the area, get rid of any stiffness. You'll probably feel a big pain relief after this. So you want to test your pain. So if when you bring your arm up and you lower it down, that's where your pain begins, then you'll want to do that movement. This is a really good spot too, like right under the armpit here, and you're just like right here, can really be tender. So you can get that area too, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. And you're gonna be working your legs as you do this, because you're going up and down, you're moving around, and that's great. It's gonna hurt a little bit, so you're just gonna kind of pause, breathe into it, maybe count to 6 to 8 times, and you're going, like, you might even feel a little bulge in your muscle where it's really tender, and the pain might refer to your shoulder. Even though you're working the ball down here, you might feel the pain in the back of your shoulder blade there or along your arm. So that's called referred pain. It's very common if you have some type of trigger point in your back or in your shoulder or anywhere in your body. All right, so we're working that out. And spend some time doing this every day, just a few minutes. Find those hot spots of yours. And it may take some time, like I kind of know where my hot spots are, but you may need to explore different areas of your body. Even if you have like a painful shoulder on your right side, you want to do both sides so that you can stay balanced. If you're running short on time, fine, just do the side that's bothering you, but you're gonna find hot spots all over your body that you weren't even aware of. It's a good thing to do the mid and upper back so you can get in there. Again, it's best against the skin, so if you can take your shirt off or wear a sports bra or something where you're just getting the skin against the ball, that's really great. Whoop, there goes my ball. So I'm gonna stop there, and then I'm gonna take you to phase 2 of alignment exercises to help get the shoulders back in the same position. So I'm just standing up against this mirror. You can go to a wall. I'm bringing the heels of my feet against the mirror. If your bottom or part of your body kind of makes you stick out a little bit, you can bring your feet forward, so that ideally you want your hip bone right underneath your ankle bone. So instead of bringing your hips forward, you want to bring your hips back over your ankle bone, and then you'll back up against the wall. So then we're just gonna roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. And you're trying to keep the back of your head against the wall. If when you do that, your head comes up like this to touch the mirror, don't. Keep your chin level and away from the wall, that's fine. Okay, and work towards pulling the ears back, pulling the head back. So bringing the shoulders up, forward, and down. You can do this about 10 times or so. It really helps to loosen up the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders. It feels really good, especially if you continue to do this on a regular basis. Then we're gonna go up, back, and down, up, back, and down, up, back, and down. Feels really good. Trying to keep your bottom, your heels, the back of your head and a little bit of your shoulder blade against the wall at all times, just to maintain good posture. So then what we're gonna do is squeeze the shoulder blades together, okay? And then slide the shoulders up and down the wall. So I'm squeezing my shoulder blades and then I'm sliding them up and down the wall. Again, about 10 times, it feels really good. And you can repeat that set of shoulder rolls and shoulder raises 2 to 3 times, or just do it once. But the more you do it, the more flexibility. So if you feel really stiff and this feels really good to you, you might want to do it a couple more sets. Good job. Okay, great. So now we're gonna put our hands into this golfer's grip position. So you're gonna bring the tops of your fingers to the tops of your palm and your thumbs are out nice and taut and strong. We're gonna bring our knuckles along our temples and you're gonna practice bringing the elbows back as far as you can against the wall and then bringing them together to touch. Now yours may not touch and that's okay, it's totally fine. And this is just a really great way to open up the upper back, feel really good in the upper back. Remember to drop those shoulders away from the ears. And don't force yourself to touch the mirror or your elbows. Just go where you feel that good stretch. And again, remember to try and keep your bottom, your heels, and maybe the back of your head against the wall or the mirror. So doing about 25 of these. So do about 4 more. 3, this is just a really great stretch again for the upper body, and it reminds your ball and shoulder joint shoulder that it can also act as a hinge joint. Last one, and bring it down. Nice job. Okay, so this next exercise, you're again gonna do the golfer's grip. You're gonna step and face the mirror if you can, so you can check that your shoulders are gonna be level. Sometimes one's higher than the other. You wanna bring them up, back, and down, and try to keep them level. Bring those arms out to the side, again, in that golfer's grip. Your feet are gonna be hip width apart. We're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together, okay, squeeze them together, and circle the arms forward. Trying to not let the thumbs go in front of your nose. So keep those shoulders down. The circles are about 9 inches in diameter. You also want to be mindful that you're not lifting your chest up. So drop your ribs, bring your hips back, and then pull your head back. So we're gonna do about 40 of these. You can work up to 60. Then we're gonna bring the palms up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, circle backwards, and do 20, 40, 60 more. If this causes pain, then don't do it, okay? These all should be pain-free movements. You might be, utilizing some muscles and you can feel that muscle working, but it shouldn't be painful or really hurt you. And relax. Nice job. And then we'll just swing those arms. Great. So this next exercise, you're gonna wanna get down on the floor. I'm just gonna go on this mat table. You're gonna need a regular chair to put your legs up on. And I'm gonna show you a couple different ways that you can do this. So the first is you're gonna bring both legs up onto the block and then bring your head down, lift your hips up. And what you're gonna do is bring your shoulders up, back, and down and just bring them to 45 degrees away from your hips. And you're just going to lay here for 5 minutes. So you can lay here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, up to like 60 minutes if you have a lot of pain in your hips or your shoulder, your back. And what this does is it helps to align not only the shoulders, if you have any type of rotation, but also in your hips as well. So it can be very therapeutic. You want to tuck your chin, keep your neck nice and long, and just practice your nice, slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. So you can start here for 5 minutes. And then if you want, move the chair or block over underneath one of your legs and straighten out that leg, okay? And you can put that other leg up against a chair or another wall so your foot is slightly flexed, so it's a neutral position. And then you just relax here. And this is gonna help to stretch out these tissues around the hip flexor, kind of just put you in a good position in your pelvis and your shoulders again. You can hold this for 10, 15 minutes, and then you'll do the other side. Okay, and if you're kind of bored here, feel free to listen to podcasts or books, or you can do things in the background, meditation, but also with your arms. If you want to do something with your arms, I recommend bringing the hands together. So interlace the fingers, palms together, shoulders down away from the ears, and you're going to slowly drop the arms overhead and then come back up. It doesn't matter how far you go. What really matters is that you're keeping your elbows straight because they're gonna wanna bend to make you be able to go down further. But keep the elbows straight and feel that stretch, okay? And then if you wanna stretch the hands at the same time, you can press the palms away from you, push up towards the ceiling, drop those shoulders towards the floor and lower down back behind you and then come up. So you can do that 10, 15, 20 times. You might get a little pop in your shoulder if that side is tighter than the other side. So just ease into it. Remember to keep the ribs down. They're gonna wanna pop up and arch your back slightly so that you can go further back, but keep those ribs down. Okay, and then the third exercise, you're gonna bring your arms to 90 degrees. So you are at 90 degree at your elbow, wrists right above the elbows, shoulders down away from the ears. You're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together about 20 times without pressing your elbows into the ground. Okay, so you're just squeezing those shoulder blades together about 20, 25 times. You're really getting a nice pinch. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears so you're activating that mid-back area. Remember to breathe. So those are 3 exercises that you can do while you're stretching your legs. Either with both, while you're stretching, keeping your shoulders in alignment, I should say. So you can either keep both legs in the block, or you can do one at a time and kind of alternate. And you know, these stretches you can do throughout your stretches when your legs are on the block, if that makes sense. So I want to show you one more stretch that can help to get yourself into alignment. And it's a common one you've probably seen before. You're gonna come all the way onto your side. You're gonna line up your knees and your ankles, and you're gonna line up your arms. You're going to keep your knees down and you're gonna rotate your trunk all the way in the opposite direction, and you're gonna turn your head in the opposite direction as well. Try to keep those knees together, don't let the hips slide back. And you're gonna hold this for about a minute. Take some nice deep breaths. This is a really great twist. And in this position, you may notice that one side is easier to turn to than the other. And that's kind of your indication that you may be rotated more in one direction than the other. So this will help to correct that. It's also a great stretch for the low back, for the shoulder, for the chest muscles. So you may feel this stretch in a lot of different places. So nice full deep breaths. After that minute, you're gonna close your arms and then roll back onto your back. You can hug your knees in if you want to. And then you're gonna go the other side. So again, you're gonna line up your knees and your ankles, line up your arms, bring that top arm up and back and rotate the other direction. So this side is a lot easier for me to rotate to. So I'm either rotated in my trunk towards the right or my hips are rotated to the left. And we're gonna breathe here. So you wanna spend probably more time on the side that's tighter. So if you wanna do this stretch twice and then go back to that tight side, you are welcome to. All right, so when you're done, you'll fold that arm back, roll back onto your back, hug those knees in, roll to your side, and slowly come on up. Now we've loosened up our tissues with the ball. They're nice and mobilized and with lots of increased blood flow. And then we got straight with our shoulders with the alignment exercises that we just did. So we're in alignment in our hips. And then we're going to go strengthen in this straight position. From your mid-back, don't just pull with your arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and then bring the elbows back. Excellent. Okay, so you want to do some type of row, and this is just this motion. So you can do this pulley cable that I'm using, or you can use a band that Cheryl was using, or you can use weights, but you want to keep your shoulders down and back, and you want to initiate the movement from your scapula muscles, from your shoulder blades, okay? You wanna make sure that your hips stay nice and level, your shoulders stay level, and you're just really squeezing those shoulder blades together and then releasing. Okay, one more secret exercise, follow me. Okay, so following me to the secret exercise in the next room. This you should get at home if you can, this piece of equipment. And I strategically made it so that people do not need to, there it is, it's our pull-up bar. They can keep their feet on the ground when they're doing it. Okay, so here's our pull-up bar. You're gonna bring your arms overhead, my feet are on the ground. I'm gonna drop my rib cage, and you can just hang here or you can kind of pull yourself up and hold that position. You wanna make sure your knees are over your ankles, your bottom's back, keep dropping those ribs. Work up to 30 seconds, start with 15 seconds, 30 seconds, then eventually a minute. This is a great exercise for the shoulder. Also really helps to prevent that kyphotic posture that we see in older adults that we don't want. So do some type of hang overhead stretch. If there's any pain when you're doing that exercise, cut it out. Don't do it, not worth it. But if you can do it and just hold for a few seconds, it's gonna really help to decrease your pain, help to increase space inside that joint. Very therapeutic, trust me on this one. Try some hanging. All right, that's all she wrote. We'll see you next time. Take it easy.